You guys to High Frequency Talks with Jenna and Lily.
I'm Jenna.
And I'm Lily, and welcome to another episode of our podcast. We are so excited. We have a very special guest today, our very special friend Maria. She is like my second mother. Maria, please introduce yourself.
Hello, guys. Maria Rubenstein. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm super excited. We just did a little meditation and bless the room that we're in. So I hope everyone out there listening can just take a deep breath and just be mindful and sending you lots of love and light and just try to stay in the moment and let's see what we can hang out and talk about today.
Yeah, we're very excited to get started. And I just met Maria, but I'm already learning so much and super excited to learn more about what she does.
Yeah, so Maria, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey with spirituality and like anything that you would like anybody to know out there about you?
Well, I was born in Brazil, Rio, Brazil, many years ago. And I started helping my mom. She was a nurse. And I could see when she would go do treatments and she would come back, I would tell her exactly what the patient was suffering and how to help that patient. So throughout the years, I sort of forgot that. I came to the United States. I became involved in finance, and I did very well. But my passion really has been with healing, and I became a Reiki master about 10 years ago. And through that, I have been able to help a lot of people, and I'm so happy that I never forgot my roots because my mom was very spiritual as well. So I'm glad that I followed the path, and I'm here now. Thank you.
Wow. So you said that you took a little bit of a break in between. So what did that look like? Did you consciously tell yourself, I'm going to take a break from this spirituality and these powers that I have, or was it something that kind of just drifted away from you?
Well, I think we all go through the path of survival. When I came here to the United States, I was, trying to understand everything that was around me. I was only 17 years old when I came here by myself, and in order to survive, I had to use all the skills that I had, and I think that's what a lot of people do. They start using their mind to help them through, and forget about that. You really have all the answers inside, but you don't have time for that. You just follow a path that you think is the best for you, the most successful, the one that brings more money, the one that or the one that your parents want you to take, and you sort of forget that there's a compass inside of you that takes you somewhere if you allow that to happen. And I neglected that compass because I was too busy making money. And when I got to where I needed to be, I was crying every day going to work because it wasn't my path. And that led me to learn about Reiki through different coincidences, which was not really. When you're ready, when you say you're ready, your teacher will come, and it's exactly what I asked for and what I got. And that led me to understand and learn Reiki and be good at it. And that is what, in my heart, that's what I wanted all along. And through that, I have been able to help others that are sort of stuck in a path that they don't really want, but they don't know how to get out of it. And it really helps. It really heals. So I have many stories, but I'm not going to go into it right now. So that's it. That's my path.
Yeah, and I can definitely relate to that. even just like 2 months ago, a month ago, I was definitely not on my path, and I was definitely crying every single morning when I woke up and when I was on my way to work. But now that I've like seen this new path, and I'm sure that you could probably agree, Maria, is everyone has a path, but I feel like we have so many different ones that we go on, so it's not just the one road.
Yeah, I totally agree too. I think, like, I feel like I always find myself just asking all of these different people for advice, and it always just comes back to me. And I just keep asking and asking, but it's never really enough to validate what I really want. And it's like the answers are inside of you. And so I'm learning how to listen to that, your inner voice, more than, because other people don't know. No one is like you. You're the only one that can give yourself the answers.
Yeah, definitely. And I think also maybe having like a good support system, right? What would you say, Maria, would be like a good community to have around you?
A community of like-minded people. It's hard. It's hard because sometimes you get into a pattern of friendships that even though you don't like that person or you don't have anything in common with that person is in your life for one reason or the other, because you guys were friends in elementary school or whatever. But little by little, you are feeling that a person only could do as much as they can, and sometimes you over your path takes a different you take a different path, and that person then it does not fit within your new version of yourself, and so you have to go within to find out it's best to let that person go or not. So that's are questions you have to start asking yourself, to start cleaning up house. Sometimes it's so much easier because once you take the path of light, the people who are negative or they are drama-like people, they sort of fall through the wayside, and you want that to happen, but you feel bad at the same time. Don't feel bad. You're in a different path, so you have to follow that path. So make sure that path is yours and it's not your parents' path, it's not your boyfriend's path, whatever, I follow my father's path. Not that he told me I had to do that. I wanted to be successful to prove it to him that I could. And in that path, I've neglected my heart. And that is what you have. The focus should be in your heart. Go within your heart. I have done Reiki for 10 years. And most of the time, I go to the heart first. And I want to hear the heart. And the heart tells a story. And the story, it usually is about things that happened when you were little. So you're looking at your life through those lenses. And you can't separate, yes, that was how I felt when I was little, but that's not how I feel now. So, but you still carry that the negative thought from that one moment. So let's say your parents fought a lot, argue, or there's abuse, whatever it was when you were growing up. You carry that within your heart, and you protect yourself from that. So that makes you start making choices from that angle, from your perspective, from when you're little. So let's say your father left you. You think right now that others will leave you too. You can identify that. Unless you go back there and really identify the start, the root of your problem, you will always be a problem. And once that problem becomes, it exacerbates, you just start touching other areas of your life, okay? And then you start using your ego as a guiding light, and your ego was never meant to be a guiding light. Your ego is meant to protect you, but most of the times we listen to our ego more than we listen to our heart. We spend a lot of time listening because your ego usually shouts louder than your heart. Your heart is a whisper. your ego is like cheerleaders with pom-poms, you know? So you need to go there and says, where is this coming from? Is that to protect me? Or is that real? Or is that just a form of protection? So you are the only one who can answer that. So through Reiki, what we do is go and unblock that. Go back there. Go back to the beginning, to the root of the problem, rather than the symptoms of the problem. So we just go there and figure out how you can see that moment in time where you suffered from a different lenses and understand all the people around you and that they did not have the tools necessary to help you through that. So you start having compassion for the people around you rather than making them as the bad person and you're the good person. So it's about compassion. It's about compassion, forgiveness, love. That's what we're here for. That's all.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, I'm just speechless. That's, it's like one of the biggest lessons I think that I've recently started learning is just to have compassion and be able to forgive the people who hurt you in your life and to just go back to that, because if you're just like have all that hatred in your heart towards that person, then it's not really towards them, it's not benefiting you. It's causing you more harm than good, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And Maria mentioned having that toolbox, right? Like the toolbox that they don't have. And even this, like I said, my experience these last few months, we did a Reiki session together, and she's all about the toolbox, and you have your own toolbox, and you have your angels next to you, and use those tools, and just getting to the root of the issue. I know when we got to the root of my childhood and all of the nasty stuff, it just felt like there was a huge weight off of my heart that just got lifted, and it just is amazing. So thank you for being you and for doing all of this. And I just hope whoever's out there listening, like you can kind of just go back and try not to blame other people, but just really try to see like where the root of the issue is, and like using your own tools to kind of help you guys out. But you mentioned being born in Brazil. Have you seen any differences like with the spirituality in a different country, like your home country versus here in the States?
I think we're getting better. I think we're opening our minds now more than we were before. In Brazil, we have different religions and spirituality, and we sort of welcome those parts of us that we don't understand. I think here in the United States for a longest time, we live in our sort of a bubble. We live in our heads a lot of time because that's the energy of the country. We need to be the best. We are the best. We are number one. So it takes a community to create the energy, good or bad. I think right now people are understanding because a lot of people are suffering through different diseases. They are coming down. I think you have to come down to your knees to understand there are different sources and resources out there that you may not even see. So I think the beginning is going back to the root and start listening. It's so simple, but it's not. Start listening to your heart and tap into it and find out where the disease is coming from. So you know better than anyone, and follow your own path. Don't look around. It's like when you're doing yoga. You can't look around and say, oh, that one is more flexible than I am. It doesn't matter. You're running your own race. So you need to go within and saying, okay, and like you said, I ask a lot of people, what do you think? What do you think? And they are going to give their opinion from their perspective, okay? It's not you. You need to know you, okay? And believe that we all come here for love, nothing else. How to love one another, how to have compassion for one another, and compassion for the journey this other person is going through, okay? And most of the time, when I do Reiki, it's all about the parents. my parents didn't do that. My parents could have done this. My parents, first boyfriend. And we get stuck there in our conversation, okay? We can't get out of it. So what happens to your heart? Your heart then takes the brunt of it. So I've seen hearts, or I've felt hearts, they had like multiple locks in it, just like around it. So protecting the heart so you wouldn't suffer. Okay, so what happens when you protect something so much? You stop living. You stop living your life. You were protected, but you're not living. Okay, so living is about understanding that everybody that comes into your life and every experience that you have is teaching you something. It's teaching you something new. Your soul came to this lifetime to learn the lessons, learn some lessons. Some are going to be more aggravating and more, from a human perspective, you'd be like, oh my God, I cannot deal with that. It could be cancer. It could be many diseases or things that happen. I lost my husband when I was very little. So, well, not little, but 28. At 28, I was very young. But it happened for a reason. Why did it happen to me? So now I can help others. They're going to a similar situation. I'm able to help because I've been there. So everything that's happening to you, every experience, just take it in as a learning opportunity, because you have to experience so you can then do a testimony, or you can be of service to others knowing that you've been in the same situation. So with compassion, with love, we can change this vibration that you're seeing around the world. And if you turn on the radio, TV, that's all you hear is like mass shootings, etc., etc. And you can't get stuck there, because that is where I hate the word evil, but it's a negative energy. It's not knowing better, not living your life through love and compassion. That's what creates that. So it's our duty and our responsibility to live our life from that a better energy. So you can look around at people, at things, at experiences through the eyes of compassion and love. And that's how we're going to change the energy that surrounds us right now. There's no other way.
Yeah, absolutely. I think love is always the answer, and I think putting yourself in other people's shoes and just being empathetic and just, like I said, love is always the answer. Do everything with love. Just know that if someone's having a bad day, it's probably for something else and they're just projecting it on you, but that doesn't mean that everything is contagious, so that doesn't mean you have to bring that onto other people or be angry as well.
Yeah, I think that it's easy to just get stuck. So many people watch the news, and we're always on our phones, and we're always getting these notifications for these negative things. But I think that was set up like that on purpose, to cover, put a mask over us to distract us from what's really going on. And so, yeah, I think people just get so distracted by all of those negative experiences when they should just be focusing on more loving and more compassion towards other people. And all of these mass shootings and all of these fires and natural disasters and all of the stuff that keeps happening, I think it's a cry out for help. Our world needs more love and needs more compassion.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. I think also, at least for me, it's really hard because I want to stay connected to, not connected, but I want to stay informed. I want to know what's going on with politics. I want to know what's going on in the world so that I'm not just in a shell. But I also love the ignorant life. And it just sounds so bad, but I like staying in my bubble. I like just being filled with love and only thinking about all the good things. So I don't know I know Maria's shaking her head at me.
Well, it's coming to you, being presented to us as healers. We all healers. We are all healers. You listening, you are a wonderful healer. You have to know that. So when you know that you came here to heal, okay, your soul came here to heal. When you hear all those things, rather than going on a little corner of the room and forget about it, and you cannot do that, is sending love and light into the world. Send love and light. The minute that you hear bad stuff, you need to just turn around and send love and light. Love and light, love and light. I send that so many times during the day. It's I can even count. But you need to be that energy. You need to be the energy of love that we need in this world. It's very simplistic, I know, but protecting you, and I'm saying that when you get up in the morning, try to protect yourself. Put a bubble around you of light, just meditate for 2 minutes if you don't have 5 or 10, whatever you can. Meditate 10 minutes. Be grateful for what you have, and then ask God to protect you, and put sort of a bubble of light around you. And when you go out there, go from a place of love. Always. Doesn't matter if somebody cuts you in the freeway and gives you the finger as you're driving. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're late. It doesn't matter if your boss, whatever. You have to live from a place that everything is in divine order. And if everything is in divine order, and I'm in divine order, the world is in divine order. So what can I do for my place right now to help the world, to change the vibration? If all of us would do that every single day, send love and light to the world, send love and light to earth, send love and light to the people, even the ones who are not there for you, who do not treat you well, it doesn't matter. Don't listen to your ego. Don't be fearful. Don't be, oh my God, they treat me this way, so I have to treat them that way. No, come from a position of love. That's how we're going to change the energy of the world.
Wow. And I just, wow. It's so true though, because like I said, everything is so contagious, and if you're in a bad mood, you're just going to spread that, and nobody wants that shit. Like, everybody wants to be in a good mood. Like, imagine if you could choose being in a good mood versus being in a bad mood, why would you choose being in a bad mood,
Yeah, I think it's really easy to get triggered by other people, and what I've tried to start asking myself is, when I get triggered or upset about something that someone else does, I'm like, okay, what are they triggering me, that's in me, a part of me that I don't like about myself? Like, it's something that's coming out, because it shouldn't be bothering me. It's like the ego's taking over.
Yeah, the ego, little shit. It's always in the way.
Yeah.
So now we've been talking about spirituality. I want to ask both of you this. Do you guys think that there's a difference between religion and spirituality?
Oh, definitely. I think a lot of the religions out there, and I'm not saying they're all of them. There are many of them who are inclusive. Religion is, I think the spirituality is the big umbrella. Different religions go under, but you don't need the religion name tag. You can be under the umbrella of spirituality. I think if you are in divine connection with with God, or whoever you want to call the divine, the source, whatever, the light, and you're doing good for this world, that's your religion. That is the religion of Lily, the religion of Maria, and it's you are a good person, doing good, living your life from a purposeful place, from light and love. You're sending love and light out there. You are making your own religion. I think once we decide, oh, my religion is better than your religion because I believe in this and you believe in that, and that's not what we're here for. We have to treat ourselves as a community. We are here in this world together for a reason. At this particular moment, we chose this particular moment because we need to be united, especially as women. And our force, we are so powerful. I wish we only knew how powerful we were We are as a community. And if we raise our vibration, we've always been known as the healers. Women have been the healers for forever. We have to get back there and heal this world together. So you can say you are this or that, whatever religion you are, but if you just stay on your course, in your journey, and know that you're here to change this world little by little, you accomplish that through love and light, through love, forgiveness, compassion. That's what you're here for, okay? Hatred is just a manifestation of the negative energy in this world, okay? Most of the people I treat right now they are in depression. And I ask, why depression? Why depression and anxiety is so prevalent in this world? And I think it's because you don't know what to do to make the world better. So you just sort of like, since I cannot do anything, I'm just gonna go within this bubble. And it's about really expanding of energy. Is no matter what is out there, no matter what's in front of you, you have to be. Just don't be the light when everything is good around you. You have to be the light even when everything is falling apart. You need to be the source of light. And once you do that, you're gonna see the ripples. You're gonna see how many lives you're changing just by being you and by being the energy of the light. I promise you, if you live from that source, you will see changes.
Yeah, anxiety and depression, it's left and right, everywhere you go. That's what everyone struggles with now. And it's like, I used to struggle a lot with both, mostly anxiety, but also depression. And I think that it was like, I just didn't know what to do. I'm so energetically sensitive that I just would take in everyone's energy and not even know what to do with it. And yeah, I think with anxiety, it's like you're so worried about the future and what's going to happen next, and you need to like take a step back and stay in the present. And then depression, it's like more of you're living in the past.
Yeah, for sure. And I think just kind of going back to all of the beautiful words that Maria was saying with like just women being empowering to each other and not letting your ego get in the way. And I think my biggest thing is stop comparing yourself. Like stop comparing yourself to like what people are doing, what people are saying they're doing, what people are showing on their social media. That's all a filter. We all know that. Like, let's be real. And I try really hard to show like every aspect, not just the good, but just put the ego aside and like I said, like do everything with love and just, you know, be present and be mindful of other people. And everyone has a story, no matter how much money you think they have, how much money you think they don't have, or parents, no parents, you know, whatever it may be. Like put that shit aside and like just be you and be grateful and be happy for other people. Like don't, you know, if you are getting jealous that someone else is getting something that you might want, go work for it, go kick butt and like go do it. Don't just sit there and dwindle on like the negativity and like passing that on to someone else. So that's something that really resonates with me, is just like being empowered and empowering others in our community of women. And you know, whatever you identify as, like empower each other, you know, woman, man, whoever you are, person, just empower each other and do everything with love.
Yeah, I think a lot of people spend time thinking, like, I wish I could do that, I wish I could do that, but what's stopping you? You can do that. You know, there's just, like, people make excuses, but why can't you do that? If someone else is doing something, like, why you can do that exact same thing. So, go for it. Take action.
Yeah, just do it, you guys. Just do it. It'll be scary, but just do it anyway, because fear is just going to stop you from doing anything. But shifting gears a little bit, Maria, do you have, can you tell us a little bit about your experiences with connecting with angels in past lives? I know you talked a little bit about Reiki, and then just kind of give your take on what Reiki is. We've explained it in other episodes, but I just want to hear like other people's opinions, like what Reiki is, and just kind of your experiences with past lives and all of that. We're super interested in that.
I think Reiki is just a way of healing. It's different, like you said about religions. The Reiki is just a modality that that helps you heal others. And Reiki has been being used since the 1900s, when Dr. Usui found the root of Reiki and in Japan and brought it to the masses. And it's about intention. It's about say what do I want in this session. So when I do a session, let me start from the beginning. Somebody's coming to me for a session. I don't ask what they're coming to see me about. I don't want to know. I know that whatever I'm going to do through my hands, and the Reiki is a non-manipulative, and you just sort of don't even touch the body. It's about energy. It's about my energy mixed with your energy to heal you. So when you come, no matter what you have, I know there's going to be blockages in your body. So where flow of energy is not happening. So there's an obstruction somewhere. So I work with chakras in your body, which is the sort of the life force of your body, and easing out the blocks. And most of the time, if I'm doing women, especially if I'm healing, going through a healing session with women, usually it's the heart that's suffering. I go there first because we have the propensity of taking everything that have been done to us and bring it to our hearts, taking as, okay, I'm not good enough. I am not, I should have done that. I could have done that. I could have been a better mother. I could have been a better sister. Why did I do that? And everything goes into your heart. So what happens to your heart? You can breathe. You can move. And it's affecting a lot of women in terms of getting pregnant, it's affecting us in such a way. I wish we could only see that, because the energy is not flowing through your body. So when I do healing, it's about allowing the energy to flow back and forth. So I have a team, and usually I have worked for many years now with Mother Mary and Jesus, and they are always with me when I'm doing healing. Every single one of us have guardian angels. They're here to help you. They will not help you until you ask for it. So they are there until you ask. So help me with this. They will step in to help you. Just trust me on that. Okay? So you need to know that from the beginning of your life to the end of your life, you're going to have at least one angel next to you. So you tap on that. You are a divine energy. You just have a body to house your energy, but you can connect with a divine light anytime you want. It's just, again, your intention to do so. So what I do is just facilitate you going there and connecting with the divine source. It's like plugging you into a source, right? You're being plugged into the source, and you're going to get that light. You're going to get the energy, and most of the time, people sleep through my sessions, or they have tingling, or they have cold, they're hot. They feel something. Now, through my sessions, I'm also a psychic medium. So most of the time, I get people who have departed that would like to bring in some knowledge to that person. And I welcome only if that person is from the light. So I have to sort of vet them before they can come in and talk to me or give me information about you. So all that happens during the healing, and it doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes no one comes, but most of the time you have at least one or two people, one or two energies or spirits that come to let me know what they want you to know. So, so that all happened over there. But you yourself, you have the ability. How do you tap into the ability? By knowing you, by connecting to the divine yourself through meditation, through time alone, through books, through, if you want to change the place where you are right now and be more of the light source, you need to do something different. You can't just sit there and listen to what we are saying and say, oh, okay, that was good, goodbye. No, you need to go one step further. Say, what can I do today to change the vibration? And that starts with 5 minutes of quiet. 5 minutes. And meditation is a big word, and a lot of people do not. I can't meditate. My mind just keeps going back and forth. I can't meditate. A meditation could be looking at a flower and just be mesmerized by the beauty of that flower and stay there for a little bit. Be present in that moment. That's meditation. So it's about silencing your mind and going into your heart. Going to that source that knows it all, your compass that you have forgotten. So all that only brings, so when you lay on my table and you have one session with me, and it's pretty much all you need. And then I sort of release you. Go do your thing. Go out there. Go figure out how you're going to put all this into practice now that you are cleansed, now that you're fine. Just go and live from that source of light. And a lot of people do. I usually have a couple of people that come twice, 3 times, but that's about it. You have the ability, so tap into it. Don't just stay and listen to this. Do something different, okay? Go out there.
Wow, that is magical. And I have been blessed enough to be a part of this process. And I've had Maria do Reiki on me multiple times. And I think the very first time you read my tarot cards, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she read my tarot cards and did a whole cleansing. And I think that was probably one of the harder ones just because I was very new at it and I was still trying to figure out who I was. I think I was still like letting my ego get in the way a lot of the times. And so it was a little bit difficult for me to put down those shields, but she actually connected with some angels. And I believe you actually connected with one of my friends that passed away when I was in college. So that was definitely very emotional. Like I'm getting like teary eyed right now, but it's just so wonderful. And I think that my favorite part about that session was going into my past life. Maria said, I think you said that you didn't remember, right? Like,
I don't remember most of the time.
Yeah.
When I do my sessions, once I'm done, I hardly remember what I said to you.
Yeah. So I know when she was done with the session, she said, I think you were asking me questions about what had happened. And Maria had said that I was princess warrior in my past life, and I was taking care of my whole team, like my whole crew, my tribe, and it just resonated with me. And I think that we have a lot of past lives, and I think that was maybe just one of them.
Yeah, I've gotten past life regression a couple of times, and it's always very interesting. But the same thing happens with who I've had do it for me. It's like they're channeling something, but then they don't remember. Like they have to ask you what happened. But yeah, I just met Maria today, but I know like when Lily and I were in Malta, Malta is like a small island under Italy. We were on a trip there, and we went into the catacombs, and there was so much energy, and she talked on the phone and helped calm us down, helped calm Lily down, and just gave good energy. And then same with in Bali, we had kind of a crazy experience there. And yeah, someone like tried to break into the Airbnb we were staying at, and we were just so freaked out and had to go to a hotel in the middle of the night. So we're just like so scared. So yeah, her energy is so calming, and even just meeting her today, I just feel so at peace in the room.
I know. I was telling my fiance when we were driving over here, I was like, just whenever I see Maria, or like whenever I leave her house, or even just give her a hug, it's just like this sense of like peace and calming. So I hope that everyone out there listening can like just feel a little bit of peace just with her beautiful voice and her beautiful words that are just coming from just so deep within and just from a very loving place.
Yeah, definitely. So the next question we have is, what do you do as a part of self-care in protecting yourself from negative energy?
Protecting myself. I said before, I get up in the morning. First, I am filled with gratitude just by opening my eyes and looking around me. And it's just, you have to have that grateful heart that you look around no matter what. Well, no matter where you are, your car is old, you're living in the studio, whatever it is, it's not going to be forever. And you're going to look, but you need to be grateful at that particular time. Where am I? And that's enough. That is enough. And I'm here for a reason, and I'm grateful for it. So you need to be grateful, starting with gratefulness. That's good, not just Thanksgiving. You need to do it every single day. Practice that. Then, when you go out there, just protect yourself. Put your bubble of light around you. Ask the angels, your archangels, whatever you believe in, for energy, for love. I ask every night, let me be the source of light, God, wherever I go, let me be the source of light. So through that, you are able to tap. You become the little ripple in the ocean, because you are interacting with so many people during the day. You do not know what that person needs at that particular moment. Maybe a smile, maybe a light touch in the hand, arm. You do not know. I used to pass around, and I'm hoping I can get there again. I used to pass around little hearts, little glass hearts to everybody. And I would be called to sometimes to give, this heart to whoever. So the other day I was at a DMV, and this person was being yelled at, and it's like, oh, poor lady. So I went and gave her a little heart, just a glass heart. The lady started crying, and she says, oh my God, this is the nicest, most amazing thing I've ever received. It could be anything. Just be present. Be present to know that everybody is on this journey, and you need to be present to not get into that energy that everybody else is in. So you be different. That's one. Two, do something. Start changing your life. Meditation, reading, going out there, acupuncture, take a walk on the beach, sit by yourself for a little bit, yoga. There's so much you can do to raise your vibration and become that source of light. So I always look at people when they come into a room, right? When you come into a room, do you feel that person? Do you feel like, oh my God, that person has such a good energy? Look, she's smiling, she's peaceful. I want to be that person. So be that person, become that person, become what you admire. So I think that's one thing. The worst thing you can do right now is listen to what we're saying and decide to turn off and do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. You're not going to get that. You need to be the source of change. So choose something, do something to change that, and start healing your heart, start healing yourself. Go to that painful area in your heart where you hold unforgiveness, lack of compassion, having unloving thoughts towards others. Go into that and ask yourself, is this the best I can do? Is this productive at this moment? Am I hurting anybody else or just myself? Most of the time, you're just hurting yourself by thinking that way. So why not thinking thoughts of love, thoughts of forgiveness? Release those shackles that's keeping you there. Be different. Be the light. That's what I tell everybody. That's how I do it, and I hope you do it as well.
Wow, thank you for the reminders, you guys. I am love and light. You are love and light. Jenna, you're love and light. Maria, you're love and light. So I just feel so much gratitude just listening to everything that you're saying, and I hope that it really resonates with people. And I think with gratitude, I know I've been practicing gratitude every morning when I wake up too, and try not to use my phone before I just like get out of bed. And I think being in that moment and reminding yourself, okay, I have an able body. I have 2 hands, 2 feet. I'm breathing. Like, it's the same thing when we get sick, right? Like, our nose gets stuffy, like we got a cough, and we're instantly aggravated because we're like, oh my gosh, I can't breathe through this nostril, or oh, my nose is stuffed up. But then as soon as you're not sick anymore, you're feeling happy again, and then you just forget about it until you get sick again. So even the tiniest things, sometimes I'm just like, wow, like I am so grateful for this clean cup of water, because there's so many people out there that are walking miles and miles a day just to get like 1 gallon of water for their families, and they have to share it, and it's just devastating. So just practicing gratitude, I know, has helped me a lot. And going to what you said about giving people like the glass hearts, don't think that you have to go out and buy stuff to give to people. And I was reading the seven spiritual laws of success by Deepak Chopra, and in one of the chapters he's talking about giving light, giving love, giving a prayer. It's giving gifts wherever you go, and these gifts don't have to be materialistic. We always think a gift, oh, someone's buying me something. No, like a gift can be a prayer, or giving someone your time, giving someone your love, whatever you think that is just giving to other people, and just not taking from them, and just like putting out love, whatever you can do, like love and gratitude.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that book. It's one of my favorite books too. And I think, yeah, just giving people things. Sometimes I keep my parents, they were flight attendant and pilot, so they take the little tiny hotel shampoo and conditioner with them. And I sometimes keep that stuff in my car, just like a small toothpaste, toothbrush, whatever. And then if I see someone homeless, then I give them like a little pack of that. But yeah, you don't have to go and buy stuff. You can even just give them your time, make them a meal, pick a flower, give them a flower, like anything like that. I think just the thought is what counts, and just being grateful for that.
Remember Avatar, when you say, I see you?
Yeah.
It's huge. It makes me cry all the time, because it's about being seen. God, I mattered to someone. She saw me. He saw me. Be present to others. Not just, it's so much easier to write a letter of hate. This person didn't do this when she should. It is harder to write a letter of praise. So praise people. God, that dress is really nice. You helped me so much today. Be that light, that source of energy. Be it. When you're in the shower, be grateful. I have water running through my head. I can wash my body. How wonderful that is. I think people in the shower thinking about what they're going to do next. How my day is going to go. Okay, I have this meeting, I have that meeting, rather than being present and really enjoy that moment. Okay, that moment that's yours, just for you. So that's why I'm saying live moment by moment. Eckhart Tolle's book is amazing to bring you to the place that you need to be, like be present. We are not present most of the time. We're living in the past or in the future. We're never at where we are at that particular moment. So just be present to yourself and to others. And just in love and light, when you see someone in need, it's enough. It's a prayer. It changes energy. So be that light wherever you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Be the light and be grateful. And I think just kind of going on to like speaking about death a little bit, I think that we all know it's coming. We all know it's there, but we tend to push that away. And that's part of not living in the moment, is worrying about that meeting, worrying about your coworker that you may not necessarily get along with, or your boss that you can't stand, or whoever, just focusing on the negative. But like, if you're upset and you're driving to work, who knows that you're even going to make it to work? Like, we're not promised anything. I was actually just talking to my dad yesterday, and he told me he got in a car accident this week, which he didn't even tell me, which I think, my parents just didn't want me to worry. But he drives like big 18-wheeler trucks, and it was drizzling this week, and we haven't had a lot of rain in like a few weeks, I think. So I think all of the oil just picks up and things are just worse on the roads. But basically, long story short, his 18-wheeler truck ended up going like horizontally onto the freeway. Like, he was on the freeway and it blocked everyone, and it was just a whole domino effect, and people's like 6 cars got totaled, and there was not a scratch on him. And I just think, like, we are literally not promised the next moment. Like, we could leave this house right now 10 minutes from now and go drive somewhere to the store, grocery store. We have all these things. It's a Saturday. We have a bunch of things we have to do, but it doesn't mean that we're always going to make it there. It doesn't mean that we're always going to be here. So just being grateful for this moment, and always just leaving on good terms. I always tell my fiance, like, we have to kiss, we have to hug before we leave. We can't go to bed angry. You don't know what's going to happen in the middle of the night. We don't know what's going to happen when we're out there in the real world. Like, always leave on good terms. Always make sure that whatever you're saying, you actually mean, and take the opportunity to give those gifts of love, because how good does it feel when you're like walking down the street or walking in the store and someone's like, hey, I really like your shirt, or like, I really like your hair is so pretty, or you're, like, you have such good energy, like, whatever it may be. Like, don't stop yourself because you're embarrassed. Because I know, I mean, at least for me, I stop myself sometimes because I'm like, I walk in the parking lot, I'm like, oh my God, that girl's shoes are so cool. Like, she looks so cool in those, or whatever it may be. And I stop myself because I get embarrassed. But like, imagine like how the other person's going to feel. I know that's so like silly, but like, imagine how the other person's going to feel. And like, if you can just give them that little bit of love, like, how great would that be?
Yeah, I think that, yeah, you can't hold back from anything. Like,
Yeah.
it's just not worth it. My friend Jade leads this death meditation, and basically it's like you're in a meditation with one other person, and you're looking at them right in the eyes, and she does the meditation where it leads you like down this hallway, and you open the door, and someone taps you on the shoulder and says, like, this is it, this is your last moment. And then it really brings out so much emotion, because you're like, what did I not say? What did I not tell someone that I love? Like, what did you hold back from? And so I think don't wait till that near-death experience, and say everything you need to say now and live in the moment. And yeah.
What gifts you didn't use? No, we have gifts within us. We brought in through lifetimes. We brought in gifts, and sometimes we're ashamed of, oh, I really want to paint, but I don't have the time, I don't have the skills, oh, that's silly, just paint. If you have the urge to paint, paint. If you have an urge to dance, dance. If you haven't, do it. We restrict ourselves in so many ways, and knowing that every time you do that for self, every time you are in with the vibration of love, this is all love. You are connecting with the divine at that particular moment. So if you have an urge to call someone, call. If somebody comes into your head, call that person. They need you, or they want to hear from you. Do not postpone that moment to do good. Okay? If you are in a situation, you're talking to someone, don't think about, oh my God, I wish that person would go away. I have so much to do today. Don't, because that is the person that needs you at this particular moment. Another thing, if you are late for somewhere, don't curse the oh my God, I knew I should have left early. You are meant to be there at that particular moment. So decide that whatever comes in your life is where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to be doing, who you're supposed to be with. You need to know you are love. So if you are in a mission, I am love, I am light, and I'm going to bring my love and light into the masses. Do whatever you can to do so. So yours could be through writing. The other one could be through painting. The other one could be through decorating. The other one could be whatever it is. It's your modality. Do it. Don't wait until tomorrow. Do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like everyone says, tomorrow isn't promised, and if you don't quit that job that you hate, you're just gonna be miserable. I can tell you, Maria definitely led me to that. I was like, you know what, F this. Like, it's not following my sole purpose, and I'm just miserable, so I'm quitting. And I didn't have a job lined up, and I think I put in like a 3-week notice, which is very, very generous. But I was, I still was trying to take care of people before me, and even within that 3 week I had found another job right away. So it always works out, you guys. Everything always unfolds how it's supposed to. Don't let fear stop you, and just go live your life and just go do it.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I have never really worked a 9 to 5, but I tried it out for 3 weeks. I worked a 9 to 5 job, and I cried probably every day coming home from work. And I was like, I have to quit. Like, I worked it for 3 weeks, and I quit because I hated it so much. And I was like, well, life is short, like, what's the point of doing something I don't like? So I just quit. But yeah, you gotta take action and not let fear stop you, because even like with this podcast, we were like, oh, well, we need like better equipment, and what if it doesn't work? What if the sound quality is not good, and this and that? But we're like, we have something to say. We just need to start. It doesn't matter if it's perfect or not. We just got like literally $30 microphones off Amazon, and here we are.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also the word quit, like we use it a lot, and I don't like it because it's just such a harsh word, I think. And I think that when you say, oh, like I just said, you said you quit your job after 3 weeks. I quit my job. It's not that I'm quitting. It's that I'm leaving because it's not my purpose anymore. It's not my time to be there. I'm making that conscious decision of, I am better than this. I'm going to take care of myself before I put myself in this miserable position.
I think we need to find out what is my path. Okay? Again, a lot of people do things for different reasons. I did many, many years of finance and banking. I got all the way up to director, and I was miserable every single day, but I was doing for the wrong reason. I was doing to prove to my father that I could. And my father had passed away many, many years before, and I was still trying to prove it to him that I could. So make sure that you are doing is for you, for your path, okay? And this life is a flow of energy. Is a flow. Nothing is permanent. Everything's temporary. People, things, everything's temporary. There's a flow, and if you just get into that flow of life, you will be directed to the next step. You need to make that conscious decision that you're not going to do things for that makes you miserable. You need to listen to your heart. When you cry, and I cry many times going to work, when you cry, it's your heart sending you a message. Say, what are you doing? What are you doing? You are here for a different purpose, and you're not listening. So listen to your heart. Be present. Be at peace. And we, by doing that, we can change the vibration of this earth of ours. And I promise to you, you will always be supported. There's always going to be help there for you. You just need to trust. Fear, anxiety, all those things that come to you to prevent you from just leaping off that mountain that you want to do. Know there's always going to be something there to get you. Okay? So go and leap. Try it. You may be very surprised.
Wow, just so magical. And I just thank you so much for being here and for sharing all of your knowledge and your powerful words, because I think it's, we might know it, but we always need reminders. And I think anybody listening out there who this resonates with them, like, just try to be the change, be the change, send love, and just, just be present.
Yeah, if there's something that you want to see change, then it starts with you. Like, if there's something you want to do differently, then you just have to do it. Like, if you don't like a certain yoga teacher, then maybe you should be a yoga teacher. Or if you don't like the way someone does something, you should do it. So, yeah.
And so, Maria, one question that we ask everybody at the end, that we would love to ask you is, what's one piece of advice that you would give to your younger self, whether that be, 10 years ago or when you were a teenager, just your younger self? What's something that you wish you would have told yourself?
Follow your heart. Probably that's it. Follow your heart, and that will take you to where you're supposed to be. Be at peace, follow your heart. That's what I'm going to tell you, that whatever you went through is just a preparation for where you are right now. So good or bad, whatever you went through, it just prepared you, laid the foundation to where you are. And from here, you can then leap forward, okay? So, but most people get stuck there. I got stuck there for many years. What I didn't have, what I didn't get, bad things that happen, you get stuck there. That was not the purpose for your past. The purpose for your past is to bring you to the present so you can make different decisions and then find your calling, find your purpose, and follow your heart and be the light, be the love that you want to see in this world.
Wow, thank you. I think it's very easy to go back and think, oh, I should do this, I should have done that. But, that advice is great. Just follow your heart, whether it's to your past self, to your now self, to your future self. Just follow your heart and follow the advice that you probably would have given yourself when you were younger.
Yeah, definitely. Be the change you wish to see in this world.
So, yeah, we just want to thank you, Maria, for being here today and for blessing us with your presence and just your beautiful words. Like, I know I keep saying that, but I always feel so at peace, and just thank you for blessing the listeners with some of the great advice and knowledge that you have.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And be love. Be love and light.
Thank you so much. And we just want to thank you guys for listening. And we will catch you guys on our next episode. Just don't forget to be present. And if you can, write us a review and tell us what you think, anything that you guys may want us to talk about in the future. And also, if you want to save this episode and re-listen to it, I know from my experiences, episodes that I really, really like on podcasts, I just save it. And sometimes I listen to it a month later, even though I know what they're about to talk about, I listen to it again. So feel free to do that with our episodes too, if you really resonate with them.
Yes, and we really appreciate your support and feedback, so please feel free to reach out to us anytime.
Thank you for joining us today for High Frequency Talks with Jenna and Lily.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Love and light to you guys all. Thank you so much.